Say it again.
Talk to me, baby. Háblame de seguros.
I'm Vira y
yo, Itzel, y juntas somos
Talk Insurance to Me.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Talk Insurance to Me. As you know, our goal is to shine the light of the awesome California insurance industry and the people within it.
This time around, we're doing the episode a little bit differently than normal. Usually we have people on here that we highlight, but given that it's Women's History Month, we thought, why not talk to two women sitting right in front of us? So yeah, welcome Itzel.
Welcome, Vira. And
Thank
another
you.
big difference is that we usually have coffee on water and water. To make it more fun and relaxing, today we have wine. Yay!
Cheers.
So, Vira, I have known you we have known each other for how long?
I
Have
don't
you
know.
ever think about that?
No, I think it feels like since we were kids, but I think it's actually only been a couple years, right? But
Yes.
you know how they say like you find a kindred spirit in another person. So yeah, I feel like I've known you pretty much my whole life.
I know it's super funny
Hmm.
because I remember that when they announced that that the BIG will have a woman as a president, I was like super curious. I was like, oh my god, I need to know her. And then when they said, okay, this is Vera, and I'm like, I don't know her. How come I don't know her? And
I
it's super funny
know.
because I know your dad for so long.
For so long.
He always tell me, "Oh yeah, my daughter and my son are marketing reps," and I'm like, and where are they? Where are they?
Yeah. Yeah, that's hilarious. So my dad has been an insurance agent for a million years. And he's had a number of alliance reps back when you used to work there come
Yes,
through, right? But I
yes.
have to say, not just because you're my friend, you are his favorite. He's like, es una de las mías, you know? It's just like,
Thank you,
yeah,
thank
you
you.
just know how to talk to people on a level that's like, look, let's cut through the bullshit. Let's be cool. This is how it is. What can I do to make it better? And that's what he likes. He likes people that are just very direct without being condescending. I think all the agents really like that about you. So,
Thank you, thank you.
yeah.
And I think one of the things that people like about you is that, the thing that make me really, really attracted to you is that I feel like you are a very, very genuine person.
Oh, thank you.
Genuina, real. The
Yeah,
real deal, the real
the real
deal.
deal. I think that as I've gotten older, I've always really been myself. There was a little bit in the mid 20s where I was kind of like, who am I? But I think in terms of being genuine, as much as I try to be cool or be something, I just can't. I'm like, this is what you get. This is
You
it.
also and you also have like a lot of peace when you conduct yourself. It's like in a night. I feel like tranquility. I don't
Oh,
feel like a rush or I don't know. It's like again peace. So where
wow.
do you think that comes from?
Um, that is, first of all, thank you. That's a really nice. I'll take it as a compliment. I really appreciate that. I'm not sure. I think it's also a sense of just knowing who I am is where it comes from, and also finally just accepting, this is where I am in life, and all the good things that have come, I deserve them, and all the things that are sometimes not so great, that's okay. You get over it. I don't know. A long time ago, I read a book by my father-in-law that in it said the world is what you make of it, and that's where I was like, I always want to make a beautiful world for myself, right? So yeah, that's kind of what I focus on. I know it sounds really zen, but that's how I
That's you,
every day.
because that's how I felt you, like Zen. Like
Yeah. Yeah, it's really hard to like piss me off. Like I'll be like, but really, I'm not. I'm like faking the anger. Like I don't really get mad.
I wish I know what faking anger feels like.
I've heard you yell. You guys, there are other marketing reps and agents that are like, I don't want Etel to yell at me. So whatever I have to do, I'll do it.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
like, oh yeah. So before we like um even get into, I mean, we started this podcast kind of like as a result of the pandemic because we were like, Wouldn't it be great? Like Itzel and I really hit it off because we were talking about how we just want agents to rally and get together and and even marketing reps, everyone in the insurance industry to like get rid of competitive, mindset and just focus on like how can we make this industry better, right? And I think that's really what brought us together. But I kind of don't remember how you got into insurance because you've been in it a while too. So remind me.
Yeah, way too long. Longer than I would like to admit, actually, to be completely honest. I started insurance because basically I needed a job. I was 23. I just came to this country. I didn't know how to speak very well English. Still don't.
And you don't have to because it's okay. I always tell everyone, I don't care if you have the world's thickest accent. Like if you've got something to say, you got to say it, right? So,
Yes,
yeah.
definitely. I support that comment.
Yes.
Anyway, so I was looking for a job, but I really wanted a job that I was close to home because I didn't have a car.
Hmm.
So I respond to this ad for this agency, and I start working there. They hire me on the spot, actually.
And you didn't
Very
have any insurance experience before that.
No, not at all. No, but I was actually not hired as an insurance person. I was hired for, do the file clerk,
Hmm.
basically.
Hmm.
So I was like, oh, perfect. This is not a job where I have to speak. And I will just be, filing all the documents for
Yeah.
the clients. So it was a good job for like couple of months, but then I discovered that, I was pulled into translating coverages and stuff, and I started learning. And some of the things that really characterize me is that I am always hungry for knowledge.
Hmm.
So at that time, no kids, nothing else to do. I start, reading the contracts, start getting familiarized uh, with the insurance lingo and practices and all that stuff. And then actually one of my coworkers told me, you should do your test. And then I have another coworker that told me, oh no, you're never gonna pass. Because
Yeah.
apparently it was very difficult. And again,
Yeah.
I came to this country when I was 20 something,
Yeah.
and I didn't know any English. Well, I mean, I
Hmm.
knew, hello, how are you?
Yeah.
What time is it?
To get by on your
To get
everyday life.
by.
Yeah.
Yes. But somehow, I remember I studied my butt off for that test.
Hmm.
And especially because I didn't have that much money, and it cost a lot. I mean, it
Yeah.
wasn't cheap.
Yeah.
And I knew that I had to pass it because then if I had to repeat it, I had to pay again. So I was like,
Yeah.
oh no, I need to do it. I need to do it. So I just went with my instinct, and then I
That's so
passed the
cool.
test, and from there I started.
That's awesome. I feel like a lot of people like my mom has her insurance license as well. She's never
Hmm.
actually sold a single policy because she has driving and traffic schools,
Okay.
but she has it. And people when she passed it were like, "You passed it?"
Yes.
And
Oh
she
my
was
God.
like,
Yeah.
"Yeah," because at the time she also didn't speak great English. And she's like, and they're like, "You paid somebody to take it for you, right?" And she's like, "First of all, that's illegal. And second of
Yeah.
all, F you for thinking that I can't pass it myself, I
Well,
mean,
first of all, it was impossible. I
yeah.
remember I was very intimidated when I went
Hmm.
into that test because they basically ran my
Well, yeah, they do background check. They do
background
all
check
sorts of
and
things.
everything.
Fingerprints.
They were comparing my picture, and I'm
Hmm.
like, yeah, it's me.
Well, they actually compared the picture. That's pretty
Yes,
intense. Yeah.
it was intense. It was intense, and yeah, from there I started being an agent, and I really love the insurance industry. I love
Yeah.
all the people within it. I really love it, and I guess that's why I'm here today because
Yeah.
that's what we want to do. We
I
wanna
love
we
it.
wanna improve it.
Yeah, I gotta say, I think at some point I used to be a little bit like embarrassed to say I was in
Oh yeah.
insurance, like because of the stigma, right? Or even to say that you're in sales, people would be
Yes.
like, "Oh, you're a salesperson." And now I'm
Yeah.
like, "Hell yeah, I'm a salesperson and I happen to be in insurance." Like I love it. And I don't know, I think it also is just self-esteem, confidence. As soon as you get to a certain age, you're just like, "You know what? Do you pay my bills?" No. So so, you can't like you stop caring what other people think, but as soon as I really started embracing, because having my insurance license has literally helped me get every single job I've ever had,
Yeah.
because it's like something to have in your back pocket. And then suddenly you realize you can make a career out of it, and your life changes. You just have to embrace it, right? You meet so many incredible people.
Hmm.
Um, People really surprise you in this industry. And I think if you stop thinking of it as like some boring old thing that your aunt does,
Yeah.
you start to realize like that aunt probably has tons of residuals coming in because she's been doing it for so long, and she's
Yes.
not worried about, this or that. She's handling her business, and she probably has her kids coming in, and they're going to take it next level, right? So I
Yep.
think, yeah, I think it's really cool. And I also think that because I come from an insurance family. So my
Hmm.
cousin, my uncle, my mom's license, my dad has the insurance agency. When my brother and I were younger, we were like, we're not gonna get into insurance. That's ridiculous. Like, no. Even though we were forced to work there in the summer times, right?
Yeah.
Or on the weekends. But as you get older, like you just start to realize that there's just the immense opportunities that are there are incredible. I mean, there's regulation knowledge, there's everyday life knowledge that you learn about, what happens if XYZ takes place. What are you going to do? You're going to come out of pocket. Like, there's just so many things that insurance touches in your daily life that we kind of all ended up like my younger brothers are like tinkering with the idea. They went more in the medical field, but one of them's like, I kind of dig what you guys are doing. I didn't know you were taking it next level. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Exactly. No, and like you said it, the words what you make out of it is
Hmm.
what you make it out of it. And for me, even though, like you said, it's the stigma of being just a heartless self person. On the contrary, I see that's a very way to, a nice way to educate people in all kinds of levels. You educate your
Hmm.
coworkers if you know a little bit more than them, or they educate you.
Hmm.
You educate the agents, in my case, or they educate me too, because I don't know a lot of stuff, and I've been learning a lot lately
Hmm.
from them. And also you educate your clients.
Hmm.
So I think this is, like you said, an amazing industry. I actually, when I graduated from San Diego State, I said I don't want to deal with insurance. I'm gonna work in the government, Homeland Security. No, I
Yeah.
couldn't leave. I couldn't leave, and I'm actually very grateful because this is a good industry, like you
It
said. It
is.
is.
It is a really, and I actually, you know, so we've talked to a good number of individuals now, right, via this podcast. And I feel
Mhm.
like from every person we've learned so much. But the one thing that really stands out is, as much as this is kind of like a male dominated industry, it's so fantastic for women. Like,
Mhm.
it's such a fantastic industry for women. You can really just, rely. The stereotype is like, oh, women don't want to help women. I mean, that's BS. Look at
No.
us. We just met. We're like, hey, let's do something incredible, right?
Yep.
Together. We have
Yes.
so many female friends in the industry that really, there isn't like a level of competition. And I think if there is any competition, it's about friendly competition. Like, oh shit, you are next level. I want to be like you. I want to
Yeah.
learn from you and keep going from there, right? And I think that's one thing that all of the women that we've talked to so far on the show have
Mhm.
really, really made stand out. That women will help women if you just ask, also.
Yeah. Oh, yes, definitely. I actually have the fortune of having really, really good women that mentor me. And that thanks to them, I'm actually where I am
Hmm.
because from the beginning, I have people. The first girl that told me you should do your test. I mean, hello, why are you making money like a firecracker when you are
Yeah.
writing the policies also
Yeah.
almost?
Hmm.
So even today, I have the privilege of working side to side with amazing, amazing women, so smart, so beautiful
Yeah.
and sexy,
Yeah. Just like
and ass
insurance.
kickers. Oh my God, yes.
I love that. I love that. Yeah, and that's partly why we started talking insurance to me. I think there was a little
Yes.
bit of selfishness in there because we were like, don't you want to talk to all these amazing people? And that's,
You
you
know
know,
what? Yeah, you just got me. I thought you didn't notice it, but I guess
we
it was
really,
it was too obvious.
yeah, we really just wanted to have an excuse to talk to all of these incredible individuals that are like have made and continue making a difference, and we can't wait to continue. I think it's just so important to highlight their experiences. And yes, we have focused on people of color because we think it's important to shine the light on that and show younger people especially, like, you can
Mhm.
do this, you
Yeah.
can make a career for yourself. And I think it's really just setting the examples, right? Because I know when I was growing up, most of the media was nobody looked like me. So I was
Mhm.
like, do I have to dye my hair another color and wear contacts and just look like somebody else? Whereas, like, I hope that when people watch or listen to our show, they realize that people like them have made it, continue making it, and they will help if, the individual wants to get into the industry.
Definitely, definitely. And for me, actually, talk insurance to me is super, it's a way of basically sharing knowledge. And like you said, meeting these amazing people. And I think for me, the main, I mean, other than, meeting with these amazing people, the other reason behind it is, again, highlight these people because I was tired. I mean, I'm sorry. I just hated those quick getting rich scams and go, okay, 5 tips to,
Seven
be the best,
steps to
whatever. 7 steps to,
yeah.
getting $1 million by tomorrow, doing nothing. So I'm like, that's not even true. All the people I know that, it's successful in this industry has worked so hard, and they are successful because they deserve to be successful. And that's exactly what I want to show. I don't want to show the scams. I want to show the real people. And like you said, this industry now, it's very inclusive. It's very, um, it's actually, I see a lot of variety
Mhm.
in
Mhm.
different areas, but still, we are
Mhm.
moving. And I think it is important to highlight that,
Mhm.
it's a very good industry.
Mhm. I agree. So we wanted to share one thing about ourselves that nobody else knew, including our husbands, right? And it was so hard to think of something, and I still don't think I know. I'll share like a fear of mine.
Okay.
Two fears.
Okay.
I do not like to go fast. I don't like it. Maybe that's why I'm all zen. Also, I don't even, I mean, I love running fast. Like, I love running,
Mhm.
but then after a while, I'm like, I'm going too fast. What if I fall? I don't like skiing, snowboarding, going on motorcycles or jet skis because I don't like being in fast cars. The speed just terrifies me. I think it's like, I don't know. I just imagine the worst thing happening. It's crazy. And then also, I
Okay.
am terrified of butterflies. You might know that.
Oh my God, yeah, you told me and I still cannot believe it. I'm
Yeah.
like,
They freak
girl,
me
you're
out.
confused. What are you
Yeah,
talking about?
I know. I don't mind snakes. I mean, I don't mind spiders. I take spiders out of my house so I don't kill them. I don't want them all over me, obviously, but I'm not scared of them. But if a butterfly landed on me, I would pass out. I would, like, just thinking about it, I got cold, like, sweaty hands. Like, yeah, it's weird. Those are
uh
two things not a lot of people know about me.
yeah, I just learned that and I still think it's super, super,
It's
super
weird. I
weird.
know. I know.
I have never, I mean, I had never thought about that question either before. So,
Mhm.
one of the things that I don't think a lot of people know about me is, or my husband for that matter, is that I really have a very weird perception of money, and that's my mom's fault. And I'm gonna tell you why.
Tell us why.
When and when I was like 5 or 6, there was a little store, candy store in the corner of where I live, like very close. So I just can like walk, probably like no, actually it was like 6, 7. Anyway, my mom used to pay the guy every quincena, como like we said in Mexico, every 15 days or every paycheck, like she gave her like 50, $20 or whatever. So I walked to the candy store and I just asked for whatever I wanted. I was like, okay, I want a
Oh, like
candy,
a
I
running
want this.
tab, right?
Yes, exactly, thank you. And then I started inviting my cousins, and then my cousins started inviting their friends, and then my mom had to put a stop on it. And I couldn't believe
Yeah.
why the guy was becoming so mean.
You're like, "Wait a minute, I used to get free things all the time. What happened?
So now, one of my biggest fear is to basically open my bank account and see. I don't know what to do with that. It's so abstract for me. And it's so funny because my husband explains stuff to me like I'm a freaking child. And it's not that I don't know how
Okay, first of
much.
all, your husband's a math professor, so
I
I
know, well,
think
that
he
too.
explains that things
I
like that to everyone, okay? So it doesn't count.
Well, I actually told him that he's the only reason, that's the only reason I'm still married to him, but for my own
Yeah, you're
survival,
like,
because
dude, I need you for the numbers. You're my human calculator.
yes. So yeah, I don't think he knows that. You know what? I have never shared that. I start thinking about that maybe because of those desayuno with a cup of insurance. Sandra is always telling us, your relationship with money depends on, your experience, your self-esteem, and all that
Right,
stuff. And I'm like,
right.
my relationship with money is because, for many, many years, I thought it was just magic, just appeared in the form of candy.
Wait, but when you say you don't look at your bank account because you don't like it's weird to see that there's money there? Like it just seems
No,
abstract?
I'm just very awful, administrating myself. I feel like if I don't look at the bills, basically they're gonna disappear. Which
Mm.
Sandra told me that is actually very common,
It is, yeah. I've heard that
but
too.
I think I'd actually take it to the extreme.
Yeah.
My husband actually, me and my husband had in huge arguments
Yeah.
about paying our credit card
Mhm.
because I,
You're like
I
out of sight, out of mind, out of sight, out of mind. But see, that's really thank you for sharing that. I feel like that's something that I think a lot of people will resonate with. Um
okay, good.
because I mean, yeah, I had to learn how to handle money and sometimes I'm like, am I doing right? But I really started relying on like CPAs and just learning, right? However I could. Um and it's so important, but it's a
Yes.
really big fear and a really big barrier for a lot of people. So
Yep.
yeah, and I think as these episodes carry on, we will do focus, finances, insurance, it's all interrelated. So
It
we'll
is.
have experts on here to, tell us. I mean, Sandra already touched upon it in one of the other episodes. I learned so much from that one. So if you guys haven't watched it, Sandra Salcido was on one of our episodes. We'll put the link in the show notes so you can check it out.
Yeah.
That was just a little glimpse of, the kind of knowledge that she can drop on you. So we
Yep.
definitely need to bring her back so she can really explain what you should do every day to make sure your bank account is healthy. So
Yes.
but that's really thanks for sharing that. I really think, as I said, it'll resonate with a lot.
So in the same line, what is the best advice that you have ever received?
Um, my dad has always told me, always, 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 you have nothing to lose and everything to gain. So that's just
Okay.
something that and then that was from my dad. Two pieces, like my mom and dad are like full of wisdom, but that from my dad and from my mom was just always like, make sure that you as a female individually independently have your own finances so that
Mm-hmm.
you never have to rely on a man. Because she was like a single mother raising two kids, so that has always been ingrained in me. It's like, just be financially independent.
Mm-hmm.
So with those two things, sometimes I have a lot of my dad where I risk a lot because I'm like, I have nothing to lose. But then my mom's like, make sure finances are okay so you're independent. So I think those are the two most important, like combined as one, take risks, but have an exit strategy. That's what would be the best advice I've ever received.
Like it. Like it.
Yeah.
Love it.
How about yourself?
I think the best advice I ever received was, like I mentioned, I came to this country not knowing English. I work very hard. I always think that, working hard, you will get this. And then I see other people that apparently, they can just make things happen. Even
Hmm.
though I make a lot of, did a lot of work on a lot on something, I still was not able to attain it. And I thought that was very unfair. And for a little bit, for a long time, kind of like put me down a little bit. So one time
Hmm.
I met this person and then she said to me something that it was kind of hard at the beginning, but now I that day really just it really you know basically ay, I forgot cómo se dice land on me that I needed to stop going into that path of thinking that only hard work is
Right.
gonna make you, attain success. She said, "Itzel, stop complaining." She said it in Spanish, so I'm gonna say it in Spanish first, and then I'm gonna say it in English. She said, "Itzel, deja de quejarte. La vida no te debe nada
Mm-hmm.
y del cielo no te va a caer más que una caca de pájaro." So
That's very
basically,
eloquent.
so in English, that is, life doesn't owe you anything. So stop
Yeah.
complaining. And from the sky, nothing is gonna land on you other than a bird's shit.
Yeah. Which in
And,
some cultures it's good luck, right?
oh
So
yeah,
you're like,
well,
all
not in mine.
right.
So basically, it's like, for me, it was like, it's not like there's something inherently wrong with me, and that's
Mm-hmm.
why I cannot do this or I cannot get this. And it was such a relief to know it wasn't again something that
Right.
I was doing wrong. So
Right.
it was nice. Starting from there, I start thinking, um, like what you said, the life is what you make out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So that really changed my life.
Yeah, I think it's important. We have to realize that we're not the center of the universe.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
no one cares about what we're doing or thinking. We're the
Yes.
only ones that think that everyone else is thinking about us when they're not.
Oh my God. Yeah. That was
So,
like
yeah,
shocking. I'm not the center
duh.
of the
I
universe,
know. But I
really?
think it really just takes a couple of being on this planet a couple of years for you to fully realize that.
Yeah, and also taught me that, the only obstacle between me and my success was myself,
Mm-hmm.
for having this
Mm-hmm.
poor mindset. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
it was
It's
it was
true.
nice.
Yeah. Well, that is awesome. I'm so
That
glad
is
we were able
awesome.
to share this, and I'm really glad that we were able to do this special episode. I hope that it gives our audience listening or watching a little glimpse as to into who we are as individuals and as a pair. We will be coming out with more episodes this month, next month, and all the months after that. So thanks again for listening and for watching.
And
And
cheers.
and cheers. Hey, we'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Thank you so much for tuning in.
If you want to learn more, you can find us on Facebook and Instagram as Talk Insurance to Me.
Let us know if you have a topic that you'd like to hear about.
I'm Itzel.
I'm Vira.
We will see you next time.